Dire, who Flora will be running against next week in the Great North Run. Dire and Drossen have run 14:54, which is just inside 3 minutes per kilometre, but more of that in a little while. Just already these two beginning to pull away with Doratu Tulu, who incidentally you may have watched running in Monaco in the World Athletics final yesterday, flew into London last night, so a busy weekend for Tulu, and already a gap appearing between those three and Catherine Ndereba.
Sonia O'Sullivan has set off with real intent. Paula Radcliffe looks as though she's trying to force the pace along. This is Paula Radcliffe's traditional weapon. And while she was watching the World Championships and training hard in Font-Romeu, these other athletes were winning medals, or attempting to win medals, and Paula now is back on a level. Sonia O'Sullivan responds to that move by Paula Radcliffe, and it should be very interesting. The world best time, they would have to run 2 minutes and 59 seconds for each kilometre, and as they approach the first kilometre, we'll see whether this is a world best time sort of approach here. It looks to me as though they're going really quickly. Paula Radcliffe just a yard or so ahead of Sonia O'Sullivan, and the opening kilometre 2 minutes and 58 seconds, and so they've set off at the front. Whilst we look at the athletes behind them, the runners behind them, they've set off at world record breaking pace, and Doratu Tulu just tracking O'Sullivan. And as we look down the road, the world champion from Paris, Catherine Ndereba, number 3 there, just ahead of Mondo of Canada. So those 5 athletes pulling away from the rest of the field.
Well, it was a quick start, as Brendan was saying. It's not crazy. I think that really is an indication of perhaps not nerves on Paula Radcliffe's behalf, because she's very confident about her state of fitness, said that she made the right decision not to run in Paris, but now feels fit enough to come back onto the competitive circuit as far as the roads are concerned. As we look at Catherine Ndereba, who surely must have still tired legs from that marathon in Paris. A great performance it was from her. She may well be the main competitor, or the main competitor for Paula Radcliffe once we look forward to Athens next year, if Paula indeed decides to go with the marathon. But these three moving quickly away from the rest, and well, it's a daunting task for Tulu to take on. She must know that O'Sullivan and Radcliffe will be making the pace hard today. By running yesterday in the World Athletics final, which she finished second rather surprisingly, Tulu has been in good shape. She ran a personal best for 5,000 metres in Brussels last week, so had she not raced yesterday, I think she would have been a really big threat here for Radcliffe, but she must be a little bit tired, Brendan.
Well, you would have thought so, flying from Monte Carlo. These three will see next weekend competing together over a half marathon. 5k this weekend, a half marathon in the Great North Run next weekend. And Doratu Tulu just glancing over her shoulder there, just checking on Sonia O'Sullivan.